Well, we have an absolute gorgeous sunset. Absolute beautiful. Look at that. But the problem is still here at our lake. Wait till you see this. It's late. We're starting this video late just because I want you to see these birds. I mean, we're way away from the pond, and look at the birds. That's all white. They've destroyed every tree over by the lake. It's to a point, I don't know what kind of bird they are. I may have to call a fishery wildlife specialist and say, okay, are these birds able to be shot? You know, are these birds able to be harvested in some way? Can I scare them? What can I do with them? If not, how do I run them off? Because I've never had this. Like, we've had birds. I mean, we have ducks and geese that come in here all the time, and we even have white birds with our cows, but I've never seen anything like this. Guys, I don't think y'all understand what I'm talking about. Look at this. It's so many. They're nesting and sitting on the bank. Look at this. All right, you see the birds with the tree right here in the middle. They have just destroyed those trees. The whole island in the middle is covered. And you think that's bad? The trees back there. Look at that. Look at them all sitting on the edge over there. That's birds. They're just literally sitting on the bank. Hundreds, if not thousands of birds. Look at that. There's some kind of crane or pelican bird, I don't know, but look at that. And they're literally going to just take away the young fish in the pond. Listen. I mean, look at, they're just like lined up like, look at that, how they're just lined up over there. I've just never seen anything like it. And this is when they come in late at night and early in the mornings. And I'm guessing they're feeding off our lake. And I mean, I'm worried that we're going to lose a lot of our lake because of all the birds. And there's different birds. Like, there's like seagull style birds, which is not native here. And then there's like crane style birds, and they're all white. But there's like different kinds of birds. I mean, it's like, it's truly like an infestation. I've never seen, and I keep saying I've never seen like it, but I've truly never seen anything like it. I mean, again, we have all the time birds here. We have a beautiful habitat, no sprays, no fertilizer, no oversize, no pesticides. So we end up having a lot of wildlife here. I mean, listen just to the wildlife in general. Crickets, frogs, I mean, you can hear all of them. But to see this amount of birds, it's kind of scary. I mean, it's truly like an infestation. I really don't know what to do. I'm gonna call someone tomorrow just to make sure they don't hurt my lake too much. This lake is about 50 years old, so I don't want to jeopardize this lake. It's kind of like when we had the fish die last time, and we worried about the safety of it. This is a big part of safety and survival for us because it's a natural fed lake. It has tons of fish in it, but with thousands of birds coming here now for over a week and a half, you know, how much damage are they putting on this lake? And we've talked about it. You know, I thought about shooting them, you know, literally just shooting a few, leave them out there. Maybe that smell would keep the other ones away. But to be honest with you, I don't know if I can. I don't know what kind of birds they are. I guess you kind of quote unquote get away with it, but that's not really what I want to do. So I have a lot of good friends that are part of the wildlife fisheries group that kind of helped me last time with the fish and the lake. I'm gonna reach out to them tomorrow, see if we can get some clarity. So this is the next morning. I reached out to a wildlife fishery specialist and asked about the birds, and he was like, well, you know, migratory birds happen this time of year. They kind of go and, you know, come and go, and you know, you'll see a few. And I was like, yeah, I know, we see birds all the time. For instance, we have the white cowbirds, we call them. We have geese. We just had about 40 geese that come in. They'll stay for a little bit, have their eggs, I guess, their goslings, and then they'll fly off. We have wood ducks that come in like that. I mean, there's times we have animals that come on our property and they'll stay for a little bit and go. I mean, there was times we had a group of turkeys just a few days ago. We understand birds and we understand migrations. We understand animals. But I said, this has been going on for 3 weeks now. This is not just something that happened last week. And I said, my biggest fear is that it's just taking all my young fish. I said, it's not grabbing my, 7-pound bass, but it is grabbing my fish. Should I be worried? So he's trying to find out if I can get rid of them in some way. I don't really know what the next step is. I think what he keeps saying is, oh, they'll go away they'll go away. Yeah, but think of the damage of 1,000 birds that are coming in daily. They've been coming in every night, getting heavier every night for about 3 weeks straight. And the more I think about it, the more it scares me, because that pond is a big part of our farm. It is, I mean, it's special. I mean, for instance, you see that hawk? That hawk is flying right there. That hawk is gonna eat something off the farm. That's a bird of prey. We understand life. We understand that those birds have to eat. God gives them the rights to go get their food. It's the animal kingdom. But when we see an infestation, it scares me, because then I want to be proactive to say, I'm not just gonna let them take on my lake. It's kind of like a random coyote or wolf that comes through here, or whatever it may be. They may take a calf here and there. They may take a rabbit here and there. They may take a chicken. It's kind of the way it works. But I'm not going to let a whole pack of coyotes come in and destroy my whole herd, am I? Well, it's kind of like that with the fish. A lot of people don't think it's a big deal, but that's a big part of our ecosystem, is those fish in that lake. If we really want sustainability, I need to handle the birds. Now, you may not think that's a big deal, but that's a very big deal to me. So I digress. I'm working on it. Look, something I've been talking about for like 4 videos. Look at this. I finally got it done. Me and Aiden finished it up yesterday. The point of what we do when it comes to the gardens, and a lot of people don't understand the purpose of the tarps. They're like, well, you're putting plastic on the garden, Cole, but that's not any healthier than having just tillage. Well, in a way it is, in a way it's not. Right now that plastic during the day heats up so hot, and so what it's doing, it's baking the weeds to where the weeds and the grass cannot stay in that garden. Also, when that soil heats up, it encourages an ecosystem underneath. So when we move that tarp in a few weeks or months, please stay with me, you'll see how amazing that soil looks. But not only that, you'll see the earthworms coming to life. If we ever get to a point where I don't have to till anything on this farm, that's what I want to get to. Now, we live in the South. I know a lot of people in the North can easily have no-till gardens. Now, our Back to Eden garden by our house, what we call our kitchen garden, Permaculture 1, it is a no-till garden. The raised bed, of course, are no-till gardens. This is a partial till, and the big garden is still a major till every year. But every year we're taking less and less tillage and less impact in the soil, because ultimately we want that to build up the best quality soil and not just one layer deep. We want the chickens to bed these areas. Now, if you go back and watch 6 to 7 years ago, you'll see this area right here, there's pigs on it, there's turkey on it, there's chicken on it, and we're moving nets on it, and it looks disgusting. What we're doing though is we were building the ground then to now have gardens now. It's amazing. Now, I'll try to find some clips to put in here from old videos. They're horrible quality, by the way, but I want to show you that's what we were doing then. The purpose was to build the garden up then. And so therefore, we're building that soil, that ecosystem. It's kind of like what we were just talking about the lake. The purpose of us building legacy and building our homes for our children on this property is to ultimately take care of them. And taking care of them is building the lakes that have the fish. They're abundant. To build the grasses and the soils, like I was telling you in the last video how I dug up the soil. Because of regenerative ag, it was like the most beautiful composted brown soil that you've ever seen. Our gardens are the same way. If we want abundance, it takes working the land. And this is one way that we found that we can work it better than tillage. Now, what we do is we buy tarps that are made strictly for silage and made strictly for UV protection. We also get some that are not the cheapest, so therefore they're not just baking into our soil. We don't want that plastic causing problems for our soil. So we've done this for years. We've really enjoyed it. The only other way to do it is heavily deep bed. If we heavily deep bed like we do our kitchen garden, the cost is just astronomical. Like if we did that, there's one of those birds right there. See? Just flying. You see that bird? Those birds stress me out. But the purpose of doing it this way is it helps us save economical, and also we can utilize it better and not have to till. I love garden season, but I also love closing it up, because you're going to see when you open it back up this next year how much of alive that soil is. The soil becomes alive. It's like a living organism, like it's supposed to be, versus just tillage in a monocrop area. It's amazing. So I'll try to show some videos on that. I just want to show you that we actually got it done. All the bags are put on there. All the bags are put on there. This is 4,000 square foot right there. We're going to close up the other 6,000 square foot where the pumpkins are in the coming few weeks, especially once we finish getting those pumpkins up, which will be closer to fall. But once they're up, we'll do the same thing. We'll let nature take its course, put the chickens on it, let them bed and eat all the stuff in there, drop their manure, and then we'll close it up and get ready for winter. Real quick, if you want to see the turkeys, this is our turkeys. That's probably going to be a bourbon red and a few white-breasted. Back there, that one back in the back could possibly be a different heritage. We bought these birds, and I told you we didn't have a good luck with them at first, not because of us, but because it was so hot, and when they sent them to us, they didn't package them right. The company reimbursed it, but they didn't have any other turkeys to replace them with, so they gave us our money back, but we got to keep the 3. So those 3 were raised up. We used to raise turkeys years ago and ducks a long time ago, and we loved them on farm. We loved hearing them cackle, so it's not like having a beautiful, like a bourbon red there, or you know, one of the other white turkeys. So we're excited to see them growing up. Guys, again, we thank you for hanging with us on the farm. I just wanted to give you an update on the lake. The next step is to see if we can, I know Wildlife Fisheries is just hoping they just go away, and I'm telling them I want to make them go away. So they're trying to figure out what I can do that's actually safe and effective, but also it helps our lake not get destroyed by these birds. So they've already destroyed our island. I mean, the whole ecosystem of the island, which had a few beavers, and I don't care about the beavers, but that's where our brim beds were. So our brim really hung around the island. If you wanted to catch brim, that's where you caught them. I bet you every one of those are fished out. Now, has it killed all the brim? No, but it's done a major population control, especially around that area. So I've told them they've destroyed the island, destroyed all the ecosystem there. So what's the next step? We'll see. I'll let you know. We'll keep you updated on the lake.